Hello, this is Danielle Villegas, and today we're going to be talking about participatory culture in social media and its relationship to the mobile learning revolution. Now, you might be wondering what the mobile learning revolution is. Currently within the e-learning world, due to a rapid growth of the use of smartphones and tablet computers such as iPad or Kindle Fire, the mobile learning segment of the e-learning world is starting to grow in bigger leaps and bounds than before. It's a field that I'm interested in pursuing. So I wanted to see how I could become part of that mobile learning culture and how I could participate in that movement using social media resources. So, how does one start? I figured start easy. Start with what you know. In my case, I started with the Adobe Captivate Users Forum. It was there I found some resources that I could check out, learning more about current issues. With that in mind, my next step was to be willing to listen in order to learn. I went to eLearn Chat, and I listened to a great discussion done that included a former Adobe evangelist, RJ Jaquez, who's providing his perspective on the state of mobile learning. He mentioned that he was on Twitter a lot. In the process of finding more about RJ, I realized that I needed to do the following. Learn who the key players are. Once I looked up RJ's Twitter profile and saw that it was a very active Twitter feed, I started following him. With further investigation, I found out that, if you look at the top of this chart, he was the #1 TechCom blogger according to MindTouch in 2010, while he was still Adobe. Evidently, this is a person worth following. This took me to the next step of what I needed to do. Learn what the key players do and what they are talking about. RJ has recently started a blog called the Mobile Learning Revolution blog, where he provides, in both English and Spanish, his views and observations about the M-learning world and where it's going in the industry right now, and the role of M-learning within the e-learning world. I also took the time to see what else he was doing, thereby seeing how the key players are connecting and become part of those connections. RJ started a fan page for his blog so he could have longer conversations with those who are interested in the transitional events in the M-learning than on his Twitter account. I signed up for this page and have been happy to have direct conversations with RJ on Facebook, both through comments to his postings as well as with the direct messages on the site. This leads me to my next point about getting involved in the culture, namely, participate in events that draw others with this common interest together to discuss the issues. Start a dialogue. In this case, RJ had invited his readers to a webinar on the rapid development tools in mobile learning, which was sponsored by the mobile learning technology company, Flow Mobile Learning, and included RJ and Robert Gadd, the CEO of OnPoint Digital, another company specializing in mobile learning. During the webinar, I not only got to hear experts in the field having a great and informative conversation about the topic, but there was also a very active side chat going on between the participants about topics being brought up by the presenters. I certainly contributed to the conversation and unknowingly was talking to some of the big boys in the M-learning world in the process and holding my own. I truly felt I was part of the experience and had successfully ingrained myself as a participant in this intellectual culture. So as a participant in the mobile learning discussions on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and WordPress, I am now a mobile learning revolutionary. When I started this process, I only had about 20 Twitter followers in the e-learning world. Thanks to my connections with key players and others in the mobile and e-learning movement, I now have over 100+ followers in about a 1 to 2 week span of when I became more active. This slide just shows just a slice of some of the people who are now following me. You can see RJ at the bottom, Christy Fedora, who is an Adobe e-learning executive, Rick Zanotti, who runs the eLearn Chat website, and Myra Aixa-Villar, who is a doctoral student on linguistics and mobile learning technology and is a rising star in the e-learning circuit. In fact, I actually had some direct message and email conversations going on with Aixa right now that I'm actually enjoying. So as a result of actions that I took, I am now a participant of this growing intellectual cultural movement in the tech world right now, and I'm genuinely excited to be part of it. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for watching.